Naya, would you be so kind as to check our stream and make sure it actually transitioned for me, please, since we're having to deal with a new layout?
Yep. Oh, hey, I actually have to open YouTube. Haha.
That's helpful.
Boop. Notifications. No. Yep, we are visible.
Make sure it actually transitioned.
And
Cool.
On a little bit of a delay. Perfect.
That's where we should be. Awesome. Ow.
Ow.
Don't trip over your own pants. Oh, cannot see the meat.
Yeah, we don't want to delete the DM.
Oh, why not? He likes being, or they like being deleted. All right, that's definitely better. We've got all the humans. It's dark because I'm having a backlight issue with my screen. We could totally go fund me that through the link in the description at a later date if you're willing to set one up.
Oh,
All things being said, welcome back. We do apologize for being so sporadic in our broadcast recently, but all I can honestly say about that without going into detail is the following. The last 2 weeks has been a really long year. That about covers it. The last 2 weeks has been a really long year.
Yup.
I mean, there's been good, there's been bad, there's been things to celebrate. For example, Chris got married since the last time we hung out.
Yep.
And
Thank you.
haha, I made you blush. I knew I'd do it one of these days. And you're bright. Hey man, if your friends are gonna make you blush, these are the reasons to do it. Internationally broadcasting that you got married is worth it, man.
Yeah.
Other than that, no, it's been a lot of stuff and things and insanity. But we are back. We are semi-collected. Thank you, as always, to Ripped Reptiles, a local Oregon scaly baby and scaly lizard and reptile rescue.
Yep.
I'm terribly tongue-tied tonight.
It happens.
And now for our recap. Where we last left everybody, they had made their way back to the tavern for some much-needed long rest. Kalora's arm had been, the potion of greater restoration that Sus was carrying was used to restore, Cersei's arm. Yeah, I'm still switching campaigns, sue me.
Just had to do the...
Thank you.
I can pull her out, but I don't think you want me to. She's up level.
She's
for
an
this.
NPC now. I can pull her out, you're not allowed. But
Keep going. I'm gonna do
Cersei.
audio.
For your information
Keep going.
and your happy self, you will be, how should I put this politely? You have an interesting tan line at the moment, and it'll probably last until, well, your nice tropical tan evens out. Yeah, roughly about 2/3 of the way up the forearm on Cersei's, what was it, your right or your left?
It was my left.
On Cersei's left arm is now like clone pale, whereas the rest of it is sun-baked Goliath. Predominantly because while you did restore it, you can't go and actually make the melanin produce. We apologize. And you have a long-term mark, and you will never forget that again.
No.
Pirates carry acid, and not the fun kind. So, with that being said, and everybody headed back to the tavern,
Yes.
we're going to fast forward ourselves a bit to the following morning, waking up, staggering around your upstairs apartment since somebody was genius enough to rent out the entire top floor for a week. It's a good place to base a company for startup, honestly. Only ring you how much?
I don't remember. I want to say it was like 25 gold or something. It was or something major.
Well, is but isn't. Yeah, I mean, it's nice rooms and a penthouse, but... So, operating costs to continue your rental agreement are 25 gold per week. We'll just call that a solid. Somebody might want to write that down. You have recuperated the following morning. Now this rental does include both breakfast and dinner. You're on your own for fucking lunch. Unless you're out working a late night shift, and then they at least save you something back for a lunch and a dinner. You get 2 meals, room and board, and the upstairs and the top floor of this for 25 gold per week. 100 gold per standard month. Remember, we still are on 36-hour days, so that's a better deal than here.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, everybody grab a d20 and just roll for an out of fucking initiative, because my dumbass accidentally skipped somebody twice last time we played.
1 second. Out of bed. I'm keeping track of it better this week.
Thank you.
Yep, I'm gonna get back to my note taker status.
8. Jesus, where you got on your numbers?
17.
17? Cock.
16 plus 22.
22. You?
Oh, if you're doing that, then I got 21.
No, what are we
Well,
posting on?
You can add your initiative bonus to it.
Fuck, then 14.
Okay, so it goes like this. Goes.
Okay.
Chris.
I apologize, character name.
Oh,
Thing.
Fang.
Thing.
So, Fang,
Thing,
As
thing
you-
two.
pull yourself out of pull yourself out of your rack and get up and moving this morning.
Oh, so that's Chrome.
Crum, goddammit, grandpa, all kinds of things.
Taliban, burning, or, yeah.
Oh, got it.
The Fearbog with a gnomish name. Okay, so what you doing? It's morning. You're kind of achy. Them pirates were rough. I mean, I don't think anybody came out of that completely unscathed, did they?
I pretty much did. I lost 3 HP.
I only lost 2.
Did I take any damage?
I died.
In other words, the tank did their job.
You know, since I stopped
I
playing
thought
Magic
you had less. I
Builders,
thought you were unconscious.
Yeah,
No.
was unconscious. No, Cersei
No.
ended up
Oh, yeah,
unconscious. The tank did their job.
yep.
Because remember, I was messing around with the flintlock that wound up at my feet.
See me, I only got 2 because somebody missed.
Did I take any damage? I had my full hit
Yeah, I
point.
don't think you
Then
did.
no, you did not. So one person walked up. The healer walked away unscathed, which means that everybody did their job. Because the
Yep.
last person you want on Earth having to heal is your healer.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm gonna wake up, get dressed, and go down to the tavern for some breakfast. And I'm also gonna ask around for any information on that if everybody knows how to actually use one of those. Because I figured out how to fire it, but I don't know how to reload it.
actually,
I mean, I kind of saw.
give me a give me a perception check real quick. I'll let you know exactly how well you perceived how to load the damn thing. Did anybody take a powder horn?
You did. You took 2
I
of them.
took.
They took like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, I took.
Okay, I was just making sure that I knew where the
Yeah.
powder horns were, because
Yeah, I didn't take any.
Yeah, I took a couple of them.
you totally can loot pirates and nobody cares.
Yeah, I didn't take anything surprising.
18.
For once. 18?
It's a
Yep.
perception, yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, you would have absolutely, watching that one guy reload to fire, you would have caught enough of a gist of it to at least loose pack the powder. So you're going to probably have to trial and error it at some point in your day to figure out exactly what the ratio is to get the best bang for your buck, as it were. Too
Yeah.
much powder, you're going to blow yourself up. Too little powder, you're not. You've got a basic idea about how long he was pouring that horn. And I don't know if you've ever used a powder horn or not. but it does have a regulated speed that it pours at.
Mm.
So you can basically time it, and it's just going to be a question of how well you tamp it down. I'll give you an insight check the first time you reload to try and figure out if you got it right. If you do, you'll know from then on. Fair?
Okay.
Other than that, one of the pistols is still loaded.
How many did I get?
3.
Mhm.
But if y'all remember, one person dropped a pistol before it fired.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because some asshole killed him quick. So, as you head down, look around,
Well, I mean, to be fair, there was one that like went to fire and I dropped them.
Yeah.
hey, that's what I mean. Some asshole killed one before they got there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, well, that gun's now free loaded, not fired, and so you have 1 loaded, 2 that need loading.
Okay.
You would have each one of those people, you looted them for shot and powder. So you have 3 horns of powder, and you will find that you have 30 lead balls.
Got lead balls.
And wadding, and basically a pad of wadding in the end of it.
Yeah.
You have enough wadding to basically load your weapon 30 times.
So let's say like
Now you have more than enough powder to load it 30 times, but you have 30 shots out of it, so you could reload each pistol 10 times. And if you have them all loaded, you can draw fire, draw fire, draw fire on a triple attack, on 3 attacks in an action, because you don't have to burn one to reload.
okay.
But that'll only work as long as you have more than one loaded.
Right.
I can give you the mechanics on how many pistols you can load per attack action at another date. if you
Yeah,
need.
we'll go over that a little bit later.
We'll go over that if it comes up.
So I'm gonna sit down and have my order some breakfast then, because I'm not gonna be. I know that this is dangerous, so I'm not gonna be stupid enough to try to mess with it inside the tavern.
Okay. So as you sit down, you don't have to order because the top floor is rented out to your company. They bring you a complimentary breakfast. Hot rolls, big plate of scrambled eggs is set on the table in front of you. Sausages, bacon, end piece steak type cuts of meat. You know, what you would expect for like a medieval type, heavy, long day's work, high protein breakfast.
Okay. And coffee.
Yes, and there is coffee. And watered down ale.
I'd rather have the coffee right now. We don't need Bruce to come back anytime soon.
Fair. Okay. And that will, and now, as you sit down to eat, we're going to turn ourselves up the stairs to Sus in her room.
So, random question out of character. So, if you were Bruce again, would you be Fang Bruce or Bruce Fang?
Why?
Because his foot, remember the fairy's ball? Bruce Fang.
Yeah, my character's name is Bruce Fang. That's why that made me wonder. I'm like, wait.
There is video of that in the archives. Feel free to enjoy. That one runs on the Pathfinder 2.0 system, though, just a heads up.
Who was it?
It'd probably be like Fang Bruce,
I got
in
you.
quotes, like a nickname.
Right.
Alright.
Brucey McBrucey. I would be eating breakfast after doing some like, I guess it'd be like calisthenics. So I'd be like doing some chin ups and sit ups, things of that nature, getting myself into shape, stretching out.
Okay, so this is going to be an interesting mechanic that they haven't picked up on yet because you only learn about things when you try them in the world.
Yeah.
Your calisthenics for the morning. are you doing it more for strength training or flexibility training?
More for flexibility.
Make an acrobatics check for me. Base difficulty is 10. The higher you go above that, the better. The lower you go, you might be having a stiff day. Either way, you'll function normally. I won't give you disadvantage. But if you take the time to condition your body, I will give you fucking bonuses.
24.
Lots of bonuses. Okay, so when it comes to acrobatics, the sleight of hand stuff, because one of the things that you did while doing your stretches and doing things like wrapping your dwarven legs around the back of your head and then walking across the
Dwarven legs?
room.
You mean air
Oh yeah, air gymnastics. Okay, so that's right. You're an air gymnastic on this one. So you wrap your legs up around your head, walked across the room, rolling coins through your knuckles.
Okay.
Because you were still technically on your feet. That kind of flexibility is what a 24 will get you for this.
Okay.
As a result, all of your dexterity-based skills until your next long rest. So definitely an erasable property.
Alright.
Get a +3 bonus. On a 24, I can't go lower than that or it's being mean. I mean, do you have any idea what kind of fucking skill and dexterity it takes to roll coins through your knuckles while your feet are around your head and you're walking across the room at the same time? I've seen somebody do it, so I know it's physically possible. At least to walk across the room like that part. I'm pretty sure with how free their arms were, they could do this too if they had the manual dexterity. So, here's the bigger question. Do you want to walk downstairs like that?
Sure.
And you're welcome to describe how you write yourself. You would notice that as you're coming down the stairs into the main tavern area, you would absolutely see Fang sitting at the table. There is obviously more food placed in front of him at a relatively long table.
Yeah.
Like enough for your entire conglomerate of 6 people versus the 4 that are currently here because you haven't heard from the other 2 yet.
Okay.
They are doing something. Work schedules are becoming problematic at the moment. Those seem to be fixed from what I've heard. We'll keep you posted because we really miss them too. Anyway, so you said sure, why not, correct?
Yeah, so I guess I'd come down on my hands, come down the steps on my hands on a handstand kind of deal.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna push off with my hands and do a front flip and do a superhero pose when I land.
Okay, so you're gonna do the poser thing from that one movie?
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and make the acrobatics check. Don't forget that bonus of +3 I just gave you. Unless you roll a natural 1, I'm pretty sure you can't fail this. You are a rogue, right?
Yep.
I did at least remember that.
Let's see here. 30.
Well, 30 is the highest difficulty edge DM is allowed to set last time I said, so you got the whole pie. So, as you're sitting here eating, the first person who comes down the stairs, first to rise, it's actually very little surprise that the 2 of you are later to rise in them. You would have drained yourself healing people. You were healing. What you see is Sus walking down the stairs in a handstand and does exactly what you just described, or what was just described, and poses in the whole thing on the ground in about a 3/4 split.
Superhero pose.
Any words as you look up at the big pile of food in front of Fang at a table big enough for your whole group?
Yes. Food!
Sit, eat.
As I said, there is a warm, it's weird, it's got magical writing on the outside of it that glows a dull orange. In a carafe that smells of coffee. There is another one that has a pale blue glowing on it that is chilled, watered ale, breakfast beer.
Yeah.
predominantly because you are still technically in the Middle Ages. And the reason you drink ale with breakfast is because water might kill you. Booze kills the bugs.
Small beer.
I think I'm gonna ask Fang if I can buy a horn of black powder off of him.
Ask.
Hey,
That's roleplay shit, not my problem.
can I buy a horn of black powder off you?
I'm here to regulate if you decide to start bartering and bargaining. Other than that, it's between the two of you.
Thinking 3 gold.
You're paying me for this. Technically, you're my boss. Just take it.
Hold on. Before you go there, I am going to insist, because I'm not going to let one player rip another player off. We don't play like that. We're nice. Yes. Sometimes.
Well, they were giving it to me because I'm the boss.
Okay, I need you to make an insight check before you're willing to do that. You're welcome to discount it, but the insight check is because you know how valuable this is to a degree.
14. I rolled kind of low.
Kinda, yeah, but high enough to realize that the boss saying I'll give you flat, how many gold?
3.
3 gold for it, and you're well aware of the fact that it will fire one of those, make one of those little balls come out the end of that tube at enough space to put a hole in full plate. You're thinking that might be a little cheap. Now, I'm just going to tell you this, and you need to lowball yourself by about 15 gold on what number is that's in this book. But I'm going to show you, right here, it says the values for powder. Please note what a horn is worth. So, you are not willing to...
I'm not telling you.
No, you're allowed to show them because it's okay. Now keep in mind that this is the only gunpowder that anybody has access to on the entire planet other than these pirates. So, how much is it really worth you? You're too dumb.
No, I'm from the hells. I have sulfur.
Yeah, you have sulfur, but you have sulfur
Because
and
we're
carbon
bartering.
or an alcohol. And the
It'll be yours
alchemist
for
is
25.
Right? I have all the ingredients. I would not know what to do with
Deal?
them.
Deal and try to barter.
No, I'm gonna try and barter. I'm gonna give it to you for 25.
Yeah, see, like, you think you're getting it. Okay, by the way, I need you to make an insight check as well, please, Sus. See whether or not you are, how close you are to the number. Make sense? Since you all are capable of keeping out of character knowledge and in character knowledge there, by the way, in your actual estimate, if you went and calculated in, if you'd have rolled a 17 or 18, I'd have calculated into your math the scarcity.
Yeah.
And it'd be worth about 10 times as much, actually.
19.
19? So you're pretty sure that that horn of powder is worth at least 250 gold. So you think you got a hell of a deal. You think you got a hell of a deal, and everybody walks away from this particular transaction happy. Who was next on our insanity list, please? Cool, so, Crom, what you doing?
Selling it.
I'm gonna come down to breakfast.
About how soon after Sus? Were you going to be following basically right on their heels?
Like probably at the point where they've already been down there for a minute and then getting up, you know, they're doing their bartering thing.
Okay, so you watch them trading horns of something
Yeah.
as you come down. Okay.
And do I get any post experience or increase in efficiency or for
What did
my
you do
wild
this
beast
morning?
shape?
Beast shape?
Practicing
No.
that.
Practicing that you don't need to do. It's an instinctive thing.
This is perfect. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a part of who you are. Those bonuses come for things like, because people who are rogues don't have magic, I offer that up because their their skill is being stealth.
Yep.
Their magic power, so to speak, is Getting you when you ain't looking.
Disappearing.
Misdirection. Being
mean-
able to throw themselves up the side, parkour themselves up the side of a building that your old bones would have trouble trying to climb as a monkey.
I mean, to be fair, like my class, or not my class, my race has some natural magics, but
Yeah, but that's the only superpowers you get.
right.
Your superpower is Batman. As a rogue, you're basically Batman.
So
And-
what I'm gonna do, it doesn't do anything. It's just, I don't know, might press people no tell or whatever. So I'm gonna by the time I get down the stairs, a couple of things will be going on.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm not gonna tumble and do a landing. I'm just gonna fucking walk down. But so I'm gonna summon my wildfire spirit so they can see that for the first time. That's gonna be like
What is your wildfire? Okay,
So
We need to
looks
talk.
Like, it looks like an Egyptian Orice or a seraph, basically a winged serpent.
it's only about this big, by the way.
Yeah, and it can like hover over my shoulder, whatever. Anyway,
Well, it sits on your shoulder, it won't burn you.
and so the winged serpent, and when it attacks, it shoots like a fireball out of its mouth. Decided.
Well, that's where the fireball comes from for that one. Okay, cool.
So.
Or
anyway,
you could whip its tail at them and it'd do it. Either way. Also, little hint, you can cast all of your spells with that spirit as the start point for anything as far as where it pulls to. Like, you could technically cast Thorn Whip through it.
Well, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Okay.
So you can make it pull it 10 feet towards your familiar versus 10 feet towards you. It's
so
convenient. I've done it for a lot of fuck up things over the years.
I have that hovering on my shoulder as I'm descending the staircase. By the time I get to the bottom where people can see me, it's a wild shape, and because I was not from a tropical area, and especially the time of the mountains and other things. So I turned into a bear and declared that I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
Well, here's the fact. Here's exactly what you say as far as everybody else in the tavern is.
And then I turn back to myself and sit down.
Okay, you're down to one wild shape left today. That's just how that works. You get to do it twice a day.
So,
But the snake curls itself around your neck. By the way, feeding it requires it eats things. It looks like a little rainbow serpent, like a quetzalcoatl, only 1.5 feet tall, and it'll coil itself around your neck and just be there. When it opens its mouth, all you guys see is the plane of fire.
I love it.
It's like nothing but flames, inferno, and an incinerator in a tube when you look in that thing's mouth. The rest of the time, it's really pretty little rainbow serpent.
I could wear it I can have it sit on my head as a hat. It's got the wings and it can
Yeah, you could definitely do that. And that brings us to you, Cersei.
I would like to take a bath before I go downstairs. I would like to bathe myself. I feel like I slept very rough.
So that would definitely make you the last one down the steps.
Yeah.
So Cersei comes down smelling of bubbles and perfume and girl.
Just gonna walk down the stairs and sit at the table and pick up the most meat-ridden thing on the table.
There's platters of meat and eggs and cheese and
Perfect.
bread and
Something's getting scooped up with bread and just shoveled in. Like, oh my god, I'm starving.
pork, beef, or wild game.
Wild game.
You find some like heavy duty boar and venison sausage.
Nice.
You aren't going to find much bear in these areas. You're not from this area, technically you've seen a bear.
Yeah.
So everybody is now sitting at the table. That being the case, your food is here. Which parts of it did you like the most, Sus, as far as what's in front of you?
The eggs.
You went straight for the eggs. There are scrambled sunny side up, over it easy, and soft boiled and poached.
I'm gonna go for like over medium kind of deals. I like the eggs. Eggs and bread.
Dip the bread in it. Toasted bread or not toasted bread? Light bread or dark bread? They just basically gave you guys a banquet every morning.
Light bread, toasted, with cheese on top of my eggs, because I know there's going to be cheese around there somewhere.
Oh yeah, you've got a mild cheddar, something that kind of resembles what we would know as a Swiss. It's a little bit sweet, ironically, by comparison.
Down with the Swiss, always the cheddar.
There's also something that looks like the creamy cheesy cheese. Like goat version of creamy cheesy cheese, which is actually pretty good.
That sounds amazing, nice.
Almost like a hollandaise without the like twang.
Right.
What part did you find most appealing? And by the way, are you a vegan druid or no?
No, fuck no.
Well, some are, some aren't, and
so
both are acceptable. It
I'm
depends.
kind of trying a little bit of everything and also feeding my fire serpent a little bit of everything. And I'm trying, but particularly the goat cheese sounds pretty, the goat cream cheese sounds pretty good.
So goat cream cheese and just slathering it on light bread, dark bread, pumpernickel, rye, what?
Whatever's closest, dark bread probably. So you can say goat cheese.
Alright, is anybody going to pocket in it? So as you all sit here eating, what does your discussion look like? What are your this is the time to plan for your day. As a group.
So, you're technically the owner of the company. What do you want to do today?
Well, I mean,
Besides picking fight, besides me picking the fight.
that'd be awesome. But as far as I know of, the Kobold currently is out getting supplies, so we shouldn't need any new supplies. I know at some point we need to go to the enchanter to pick up the equipment for Chrome. I also need to check to see if the daggers that I gave them have been enchanted. Other than that, don't have any plans for the day. What do you guys have planned?
I'm gonna go somewhere safe and try to figure out how to use this thing a little better.
I was thinking about at some point getting some unique soaps for that one over there. Pretty soaps?
Soaps. I need to go buy me some more healing potions. There's folks around here don't play nice.
So,
Look. My hand's different color.
Cersei is just becoming very Alabama Southern in the process.
I did some work on her accent. I've decided she's going to be very Southern. She's a Southern belle.
that's kind of funny.
More like Southern Bell Ringer, I mean.
Well, no.
That's why I looked at you the way I did.
Up here she's attending Dixie Nights and honky tonks and just having a good old time. Out here she's badoosh.
So she likes that honky tonk, badonky donk.
Yes.
She got that badonky donk.
Badonky donk.
She made Bertha look skinny.
There's folks out here don't play nice.
I was thinking about getting her some pretty soaps.
You'd actually want to go and try and find yourself a boutique for something like that. Probably in a more upper class area of town, because it be them hoity women that be wanting that in the Middle Ages.
I'll look at it this way, like, you know, if need be, find some ingredients to make, you know, nice, pretty soaps.
What you gonna use for a fat base?
Fat.
What kind?
Pretty sure there's plenty of kinds of fat out here, actually.
Yes, I want to know which, because we'll discuss Goliath absorption rates later.
Okay.
I wrote things. I'll let y'all know.
I don't know. I'll figure it out when it comes to it.
Princess.
Are you saying this in character?
Yes. I'm sitting here shoveling food into my face on husks of bread. And in between, like, I'm a pretty princess. Just having a good old morning.
I'm down.
Alright, I need to find him a tiara. There we go.
Yes, please!
Cheap or expensive? What are you looking for a price range? And you're gonna have to actually go out and ask around and do the market thing to do all of this, guys. I hope you know that.
I'm gonna be looking for something. Oh, well, I mean, I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm just saying, in general, I'm gonna be looking for a tiara.
One of those things to buy and give to me when I make something good happen.
Right?
It's like, here, you were helpful.
Right? Here's what
It's
I'm saying.
positive reinforcement.
I'm saying, like,
My intelligence score
because
that
of,
would work
of
really
how
well.
much it's gonna cost just for his armor upgrades, I'm looking at like maybe 100 gold.
For most tiaras, how good of a reward do you want this tiara to be?
It depends.
No, I mean, in the long run of it, when you're finally willing to give the Goliath a tiara, how good of a reward do you want that she's a pretty princess to feel for her?
Like maybe 100. Well, no, maybe like 30 platinum worth.
Okay, so you're looking at a 300 gold tiara.
Yeah.
So you're looking at your budget currently for the company and going, we need to work more. Because you can't do the things you want for your employees, let alone pay yourself the way that you want to, unless you do. But at least you have an employment license and are able to do all that.
Right.
And you are managing to get yourself somewhat established.
Yeah, and we have, our company name and everything, which, works out great.
By the way, there are two people we have not yet heard feedback into this particular wing nuttery yet.
Well, I'm going with boss lady, of course. Check out my armor. Wasn't there a pendant or something?
Yeah, there's a pendant. They said that there could be, it would either be armor or a pendant.
Something, but yeah, something to store like those things.
Which did you pick, pendant or armor? It was a choice.
Yeah, that's what I remember. It was either pendant or armor.
You could have either or, but both would cost too much.
I think you chose pendant.
Yeah, because have the armor. You'd have to get armor in his place to enchant it. So.
Good news is you are light armor proficient at least, so you're not as screwed as some wizards. Okay, so this is a breakfast table. I'm just the mediator. By all means, talk to your friends at breakfast and figure out how your days are going to shape up so you can coincide each other.
By mediator,
Before I
like
fuck it up.
mediator.
Yeah, I will totally eat anybody who isn't participating.
Right? By mediator.
No, eat the player. No.
I need to go find me some healing potions.
You guys are going shopping then? I'm gonna go find somewhere where I can test this thing.
So since the Kobold currently has the funds, how much money do you have to go towards healing potions?
45 gold and 8 platinum.
Alright, so you got enough cover here.
845 gold total. I'll just break it down into one common coin value because platinum coins are kind of like a thing.
Right.
They're lighter, easier to carry, but more noticeable. By the way, you as a rogue would know that it is a very good idea to go to some sort of a banking exchange and switch out platinums for gold as often as possible
Yeah.
when you need them, because platinum coins draw attention. Yours especially. And if they draw your attention, everybody else like you.
Right.
And you are at least in a town with a population of 2,000 people. You think you're the only rogue in town?
No, but
You
I'm
think-
actually counting on it.
Yeah, but are you sure that yours are the lightest fingers in town?
No, but I'm actually counting on
That's because you know me as a DM. That's technically metagaming, but I won't.
Not if you
call
build the
it.
player that way. Not if you build your character to be hyper aware before the game starts.
True.
Knowing your DM and metagaming are two completely different stories.
Yeah, and you all know I got no problem killing somebody.
Right?
it.
I also have no great love of killing somebody, so that's about it.
So, go shopping. You guys want me back here tonight?
Do what?
Since you guys are gonna be going shopping and I'm going to go figure this item out. this
Go
weapon.
ahead.
Why don't you come with us since it's on the way?
Because I don't know where I'm going yet. I just know I'm going somewhere out of town where there's no people.
Everybody make an insight check for me because you're all discussing this over breakfast. So I'm allowed to drop hints when things come across. That's why I need you to talk and interact with each other. Crumble with me, I'll eat you.
It was not me.
Oh, that's different.
16 on my insight.
Okay.
5.
No,
Did you add your insight bonus?
I have no insight bonus. So
3.
5.
that's a natural 1+2.
Okay, it's a natural 1. It doesn't matter.
I know, that's why I specified.
Cersei's like, I don't know. That thing hurts a lot when it hits you. You.
13.
13?
16.
16?
5.
5. You two have no clue where he could test it. The two of you, about the same time, because DC was 10. You know, baseline. Both of you at about the same time look at each other and go, weaponsmith, a Fletcher or a bowyer. There's got to be somebody who makes bows and has a test range. Every firing range that you all have ever been by puts some sort of stone or metal backing behind their archery range because sometimes people want to test 1 out of a lot of 10 to make sure that those arrows of fire aren't fake. Oh, you need snackies. Got it. DMs at home, please by all means allow thy players snacking, booze, bowls, whatever is okay within your home's boundaries. As long as they don't overdo it or make a distraction of it.
So I think I'm gonna go
Is
to
it squishy snacky or crunchy snacky? Ew, no, that'll hurt. Back in February, I had my teeth removed, so as a result, until I get dentures, I start the process next February. I can't really do overly crunchy.
Ew, dentures are ucky.
You only say that because yours still need adjusting.
Dentures are ucky.
Yeah, take care of your teeth, kids. Don't grind them in your sleep.
The denture cream gets in there.
So,
You don't have regular tools. You make
everybody heading out, yay, nay?
Yeah, I'm gonna head to the weaponsmith and see if they have something that.
So, yeah, the two of you had come to about the same time, look up at each other. A bow maker. So, they're all heading down towards the market district.
the muffin.
Do you know him?
I know.
Everybody going together then, or?
Sure.
That does help. Splitting the party makes things complicated.
Yes.
Okay. So, this is a rarity. I'm gonna use the tackle box this week because all my good dice had a misadventure this week.
Oh no.
They were on the chair.
Oh, alright.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
That explains why I've stepped on like 2 or 3 D4s in the past couple days.
Yes, it does. This one's purple, it'll work. I'm also gonna need a percentile. I'll figure out everything else I need as I need it, but at least these will work for the time being. Okay.
For outside sources, stepping on a freaking D4 is worse than stepping on Legos. Just saying.
Yeah, like seriously, somebody like tries to follow you, just grab all your D4s and throw them behind you. They're not gonna have a good day, even with shoes on.
Yeah, if you got metal ones, I mean, you know, you could use them as like throwing down for
Caltrops!
Caltrops.
Especially if they're like mine where they have spikes on them.
Right?
Yours are designed to be caltrops and just were nice enough to have numbers.
Right.
So, heading out, it's roughly about 10 o'clock in the morning. Things are just starting to hustle and bustle. there are food vendors setting up their stalls, like what you would consider to be on people's way to their different workplaces. Like we're talking the equivalent to an English pasty, only done with fish, some sort of weird tropical type bread. So it's running on a more tropical, like a coconut flour, and it's a fish, kind of like a red bean and fish paste inside, in a rice and coconut flour pastry. That smell hits you, so it's somewhat of a sweet, tropical, and savory all at once. All the umami in all the ways.
So it's gonna sound really weird, but I don't really care about food right now in game.
Oh, I totally get that. You just ate like a fat kid. Other thing, but you would notice that there are quite a few people just out and about doing their things. Some are making it towards the market districts where you can hear the first bell just ringing as you step out into the streets. You have noticed over the short time that you've been here, that every morning there's a bell that rings roughly at about 8 a.m. Give or take. You're going on the sundial here, soon. And
The equivalent.
Whoa.
And then there's another one that happens roughly 3 hours later, which would be about when you're stepping foot out of the tavern, that signals the part of the start of the business day. And there will be another bell midday when the sun is high in the sky, and another one at sunset at the close of the market day. Then the night market begins, and things like the ladies of the night take to the streets, and patrols by the guards are more to keep people from killing anybody than anything else. Obviously, you'll still find food vendors and things like that in the city throughout the day, etc., because that's just normal. People's got to eat, and when you got the munchies. You ever been walking about 5 miles and see somebody who got a sandwich and you like, yes? You get me. Well, they understand this in this town, so they just keep their food stalls running all day. So as people are running through, you'll watch them like toss 2 silver coins, get a pasty, and keep going. They stuff it in their mouth and keep working. It's actually very common in the Middle Ages.
Speaking of, I would very much so like to do that as I walk by that delicious smelling fish.
Knock yourself off for 2 silvers.
I
Yeah.
I was sitting over here listening to
Okay.
you describe it. I was like, I very much want that.
Are you a prostitute or just hungry? Because you're really sucking meat off that bone.
Would you like to know? Billis is not your bone?
No, I don't have a bone. Besides, you lack the proper equipment.
And thus, we find out that Sus is gay.
Oh, I'm the pretty, pretty princess.
Yep.
Yep. And that's the Butch Air Genasi.
Most femme barbarian you've ever seen in your life.
Right?
That's just, if a romance happened between the two used characters, I would laugh.
Right?
You got a lipstick lesbian Goliath barbarian and a rogue air genasi who's a hardcore butch lesbian. That would be awesome.
I wouldn't be against it. But he role plays well.
And as long as you're keep it to strictly boundaries, who cares?
Right?
Right?
Anyway, all things said, and your little talk about lack of wrong equipment, yeah, I had to, well, that tells us exactly where their orientation is.
Right?
Look, I wouldn't put it past you to play a straight woman, okay?
Maybe they like close range as opposed to long range. It could have been regular equipment,
They like scissors as opposed to a cannon?
right? Chopsticks as opposed to a spoon? Or fork?
Wants to be the big spoon.
Right?
Oh, I'm sorry. If you end up in a relationship with me, you're gonna be a fucking little spoon every night.
back of your head, all you can think is, well, that's a whole lot of keeping me warm. With all that taffeta hanging off of that chainmail, yeah, that's a lot of warmth.
Right?
So, making your way down through the streets, standard things happen. You have to swat away a couple of little street urchins that, for the record, didn't roll higher than an 8. That was the highest I've rolled every time I dropped that 20 so far. I'm going to switch it soon. Jail, please. So you swat away a couple of like children's hands trying to pick your pockets. Everybody has a passive perception higher than 8. So the fact is, none of you get your pockets nabbed today, but you notice there are quite a few, more than you would expect. Like, they try 6, 7 times to pick your pockets, different kid each time, each of you. Nobody got the same kid. There's 4 of you. In the process of getting from the tavern to the half mile to the market over the next 30 minutes, you're taking a leisurely stroll about it and getting your bearings of the town on the main drag. Something you'd like to do in that walk?
I want to. Hang on. Let me see how this is going to turn out for myself.
No, before you roll, please.
I want to take and throw a handful of 20 silvers across the ground, just to see what happens.
Okay.
Silence.
I want you to roll an attack roll for me, please. It's a thrown weapon, so add your dex bonus. You do not have proficiency. It's a fistful of coins, and I don't think you have the
Get back here, guys! No, don't go on the couch.
Do you have the improvised weapon feat? Because it is a feat, I look. Otherwise, he's just tossing coins, or she's just tossing coins.
No, I'm just tossing coins.
Okay, then just add your dex bonus. You don't have proficiency in improvised weapons.
23.
All right. So, in the middle of all your walking, has anybody here ever heard the ring of silver when you flick a silver coin in the air other than Pudgy?
Yes.
All right, cool. So you hear 20 individual ringing sounds, followed by bouncing and rolling, and then you watch as wow, those ones are rolling better. No, you watch as a bunch of people stumble, 3 people get knocked over, 50 children come out of nowhere, and a fight starts in the middle of the street.
Good job. Man, you are such a
The
trouble.
street is now blockaded between you and the marketplace, by the way.
Could you not be so much of a troublemaker? Hey, little ones, come here.
They can't hear you.
Boosh, boosh, boosh. Jingle, jingle. Little ones.
They're too busy beating the shit out of each other.
Alright, well, if they too busy, then they ain't gonna get paid. And I say that out loud.
Okay, I want how loud?
I speak up like an angry German mother.
Got it. So mom on a half a bucky on 3 fuzzy navels pissed off when we were in high school. It only happened twice.
And the one we were on the roof, so it was easy to hear.
Yeah, you didn't go deaf in the process.
Right.
Yeah, we were on the roof. We grew up together, and that totally happened. So there's that. Anyway.
Sometimes you're just on top of the roof, what was it? Almost a 3-story house.
Split level, so 1.5 floors.
Yeah.
Plus
We
the
were on
roof
the-
archway.
We were on the
Alright.
roof training with bow staffs and
Mom got mad.
yeah.
I don't remember over what, but I know we never did it twice.
I'm pretty sure one of us fell.
Wasn't me.
When we fell, we ripped the well, but it was like you, me, Munchie, and I want to say 3 others. I'm pretty sure.
We're not gonna name names for obvious privacy
Yeah.
reasons, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it was you, me, Munch, and 3 others.
Well, the 3 of us probably didn't get knocked off, but I get it. Okay, yeah, this is why you
Yeah,
should
but I remember the
definitely-
gutter got ripped.
That would have been what did it. Yeah, and we never messed up the house again in the process of the shenanigans.
Not intentionally, anyway. And if we did, we fixed it before she found out.
Yep, you said it. I'm just gonna agree.
Mhm.
Okay,
Get it
so
quick.
appreciate that. That being said, as the brawl starts, I need you to roll performance to see whether or not you can project well enough to get it. I was kept debating while you were gone.
Hey, I gave you a moment.
I'm okay with that, obviously.
Rather my bowels did.
TMI, we're live, and I'm not editing.
Okay.
I think that one needs to go in jail.
Yeah,
How'd you do?
I did another nat 1. Chris just checked it.
I saw it as it landed.
Okay.
That one deserves to go in jail.
So,
Isn't that like the
great
third
news, Cersei.
Twice.
Somebody heard you.
Alright. At least somebody heard me.
About, you go like this and jingle, and there's a hand on the bag. And it just, they aren't strong enough to pull it from your grip. Now here's the catch. That hand has 3 large fingers and a thumb. Claws about this long. Is slightly furry and bigger than yours. And all you hear in a very deep voice over your shoulder is, "That for me." And they not 20 their intimidation check and you freeze. You actually are scared of that voice. That grip is just playing with you, you have a feeling. There's a nat 20, by the way. I ain't touched it since I did.
You good? I glanced down.
You look up the arm, you see the forearm. The forearm resembles your calf. You're pretty sure the bicep's only going to get as big as your thigh. What did you roll for?
Yes or no. Basically, just flipped a coin on whether or not I was going to react this way.
Dumb?
I'm going to yank my arm down and start booking it, screaming, "Ah, he's touching me!" I rolled for sanity or chaos. Give myself yes or no.
Okay, so you're going to try and drop weight, duck low, and... Okay, that requires me to do something. 6 is a dirty 20. So, succeeds on their strength check. You are showered in whatever coins you were holding as you take off running, and they all hit the ground. The mob of small children
That's fine, I'm gonna give it up anyway.
are now circling around you, and I need you to make a either athletics or acrobatics, whichever of you're choosing. And you better describe to me how you're going to get through the throng and wave of children, as how much money was in your purse, because each coin would ring different.
That was a, now had 24 silver in it. But that was my day purse.
What else did it have?
Nothing. That was just a day purse. That was my, I'm gonna grab myself a snack on the way purse.
Okay, so another 24 silver hit the ground.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with, yeah. 14 plus 6 is a dirty 20 on my athletics.
Dirty 20 on your athletics.
Mm-hmm.
How does it look as you wade your way through the oncoming tidal wave of street urchins?
At this point, it's
By the way, the silver you threw, gone. You can't even find the trace of where a coin nicked the rock.
Well,
I was
good
trying
though.
to get rid of the coin
it did
anyway.
its purpose.
Created havoc.
But that wasn't the purpose. But yeah.
Gave you an idea of what you're dealing with as far as the.
Yeah.
Because I'm me, and the nature of my personality, I'm going to be moving these children, going, "That one tried to steal your paycheck," and
Are you chucking them at him?
kinda, but like not trying to hurt them.
Okay, I need you to make a strength check.
All right. Boop.
10 or better to win.
That's a check or a save.
Check.
Check. Cool. That will be a 16.
Roll to hit.
Bye.
With positive results and no childhood damage. She'd have totally hurt kids as she chucked them in the
17.
field. 17 will definitely hit his armor class. Barbarian. Minotaur. You managed to throw no less out than 10 kids. Well, I'm sorry, there are 9 children who you watch as Cersei goes "Puh," and runs from this dude. By the way, those of you who are paying attention and not directly where Cersei is, where this person was behind them, would see an 8.5-foot tall minotaur with very dark black fur, the tips stained in some strange way to be like, okay, hooker red.
Okay.
Ladies out there who have any idea about lipstick colors, yeah, they stained the tip of their hair hooker red.
Yeah.
It's a color.
So, how close am I to this minotaur?
About 25 feet.
I did just throw 9
It's
children at
difficulty, it is difficult terrain because there are still about 30 children scrambling to find coins amongst that thing. And 9 of them are clinging to him
Because I just
as they hear you say that.
that man tried to steal your paycheck.
And you're watching Cersei chuck like 9 kids on their way out of the mess at this minotaur. 6 of them hit him, grab on, and start trying to fleece his pockets while clinging to him. Because they're too short to reach his pockets otherwise.
All right, once I'm
One of them's in the backpack.
a safe distance, bring me his panties. I'll pay you 6 gold.
Before that happens, I'm going to hold that.
Okay.
Because
Like I said, when
that's
I get
gonna
safe
cause
distance.
some shit. So we're gonna say that for an action. We'll see what happens next. Because between what you did and what they did, now we're to number 3 on our list is.
Would be
You're the one with the notes.
after me would be Thane.
Fang.
Yep, it'd be
Thang?
Yep, thing.
Okay.
So Fang, as you watch the chaos of your friends commence, what you doing? How are you dealing with the throng of moving, thinking children that are apparently similar to a swarm?
Cersei's
New spell, swarm of urchins. Throw 20 gold into random crowd in middle of city, swarm of urchins. Hey, look, sus, you do know magic. You can cast swarm of urchins under the right conditions. Far better than swarm of rats or
So
insects.
are we waiting for the other person to attack too, or are we just trying to get the kids out of the way? What are
I
we
don't know.
doing?
What are you doing? They're just fucking with things. What you do in return is your choice. I got no say.
I need to pee real quick.
Need the player's handbook?
There you go. Just gonna keep-
There's one there, at least, probably 2. I like this orange and white polka dotted one. It rolls halfway even. Well, now it's rolling low, and nope, there's 17. You're good. Those are the ones that don't cut in and melt in the mouth, not in the hand, right? Yes. Stretch help out. Remember, no, like across here is still from things that I don't mention on camera because fuck that.
Yep. No, I get it. I get it.
If you happen to be one of our viewers and know me in private life, you already know why that's now. If you're not, then just leave it as it's been a really, the last 2 weeks has been a really long year.
Yeah.
That one's working. I'm not gonna give them any, but I'm gonna jiggle my coin purse a little bit with my gold in it, and then take off running and see how many of the kids follow me.
What direction are you running? You're
Just-
currently on the main thoroughfare.
Just
There
down
are-
the side alley. Just down
Okay.
a quick side alley and around the corner or something, just to
Okay.
see if they follow me and get out of the way.
To give you a better layout so you can calculate this slightly better. You are relatively new to town, so what you're looking at is a main thoroughfare wide enough to hold 3 like horse and cart type deals, with vendors stalls set up on a walk path that's roughly 8 feet wide on either side. Think Hollywood Boulevard. Now, those walking pathways, every 2 to 3 storefronts is an alleyway that cuts back so that maintenance personnel, sanitation workers, people, beggars have someplace to hide, etc. Also, it's every storefront when there happens to be something like a tavern so that people have an alley to go piss down the drain of.
Yeah. So,
Welcome to the Middle Ages, folks. We's real.
so just the closest alley to me, just like
Right or left?
right.
Right hand side one is about 30 feet, or is roughly about 20 feet that way. How much, what kind of coins do you have in the purse you're jingling?
Just gold.
How much?
70. It's not much, that's why I'm not giving them anything. I'm just using it as a distraction to get them away from
Okay,
me.
reality check. 1 gold piece is enough to feed a family of 4 for a month.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
That's why I'm not giving them anything. I'm just making it sound.
I mean,
you know,
think about
letting
it. I
them hear the
literally
sound.
threw 20 pieces of silver. Just because I saw it as inconsequential. But I threw 20 pieces of silver because I knew that everybody out here would go for it.
That's why they're gonna chase me for the gold, and it's gonna be the kids, and they'll leave you guys alone. And you guys could attack this, whatever it is.
Good luck.
Good luck. I just told a handful of them that Minotaur tried to steal their paychecks.
They hear gold over silver though.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
And about 15 out of the 50 turn and God, that Minotaur's fucking lucky, please. The Minotaur notices something that sounds like gold a-jingling.
oh God.
The next thing you know, what's your armor class?
16.
He gets 2 attacks per round, so that's 1. But you would swear as a 6-year-old goes flying past your head, miss. Natural 1. And as he's hauling back to grab what looks like about a 10-year-old little girl off of his back to fling at you, she wraps herself around his wrist and bites right into the fucking part where, please excuse the phrase, I do support the semicolon movement, but it's right at, she bites down the street, not across the tracks, into his wrist. He takes not 1 the second throw. So it's a full D12 bite on a critical point. No,
That
stay on the
D12
thing.
is no, I'm gonna roll for you.
9, she gets no bonuses being a child, but you watch as a huge gout of blood comes out of this guy's wrist as she tears away tendon, vein, and flesh when he tries to throw her, having seen the second one.
Super good mouse.
I've got a piece of information for you to keep track of for the next 6 rounds. He is considered bleeding and takes 1d4 damage. Remind me to put the d4 out. He is bleeding for the next 6 rounds. 1d4 per round from this little girl ripping a hole in him when he missed his throw. Obviously, he knocks her to the ground with his bonus action to get her off of him, but he is very much the worse for wear. By the way, anybody who has a problem with it just saw him strike a child, and that little girl is out fucking cold. She is unconscious in 1. 10-year-old gets hit by a minotaur, I don't care.
Well, considering it's my turn, as far
It
as the
is.
initiative goes,
Actually, if it was just, we still haven't heard from Grandpa.
it's my turn, then Grandpa.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have a higher roll than Grandpa.
Thanks, Sus, Chrome, Cersei.
Cool. Okay, so,
So, this guy's within my eyesight, right?
yeah,
So I can see him?
yes.
Yay.
Oh, you can definitely see a minotaur that's bleeding out, covered in children flailing about. The catch is that he has a +3 to his armor class because of the kids hanging on him.
That's fine.
Don't miss.
I'm not gonna miss. I'm gonna cast Levitate. I'm gonna lift him about 10 feet off the ground. Actually, no. I'm gonna lift him 5 feet off the ground. There's a reason.
Could be careful about it.
Yep.
Gingerly. Can you shake a lot of
What's the weight limited on?
500.
Okay, well, he doesn't do bonus. His intelligence ain't high enough for the spell, or the wisdom saving high enough. Actually, it isn't. But he can strength save against it. I think it's a strength save on levitation if you're not willing.
No.
What's that? It's just against your spell save difficulty?
Yeah.
Is it strength, constitution, dexterity, intelligence,
Wisdom.
wisdom save against levitate?
Yeah.
And it gets a +1 bonus. You have a spell save difficulty, but it doesn't fucking matter because I've rolled a 3 and that's definitely lower.
Well, I got a 19 plus my spells.
No, your spell save difficulty is the number I have to beat.
Yeah.
That's on
Yours
the
is a
paper.
13. It's on your second page of your character sheet. The spell save.
It's on the 3rd page.
Alright.
I was just saying, it's not on that page, man.
Well,
It should be.
It's not on that page either, man.
It should be right here. See where all your spells are. There's my spell save DC.
Yeah, my paper doesn't look like that.
rogue.
Yeah, no, it's not written up there.
I don't think he has one because
Okay.
all you need
So
is
pick.
Urgency.
You can pick now. Intelligence, wisdom, charisma. Which one is your spellcasting mod or your spellcasting skill?
Well, for levitate, it's supposed to be Constitution.
Okay, that's a saving throw. For
Okay.
when you cast a spell, are you using your charisma, your wisdom, or your intelligence?
None of the above.
It would have to be one of those 3.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, according to the book, whenever you cast levitate, it's part of the mingle with the wind, and it's Constitution.
Yes, you're supposed to pick one of the 3. It's a Constitution saving throw. Your spell save difficulty. Pudgy, hear me out. Hear to me. Your spell save difficulty is based either off of your Constitution, your intelligence, or your charisma, your intelligence, or your wisdom.
Okay.
What you do is you take that number, or the bonus from that number, you add 10 to it, plus something else. Proficiency bonus.
Yep. 10 plus ability modifier plus proficiency.
Which So are you going to cast? Are you a charisma caster?
It would be charisma then, I guess.
What's
Yep.
the number on it?
My charisma is a +3 plus the 10.
Is 13, which means
13.
the spell save difficulty is 15.
Okay.
Which is dirty as fuck.
Mine's a 13. I had it at 11. No, mine wouldn't be a base 10, would it?
Ranger runs off wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, your spell save difficulty is higher for your spells,
Okay.
but that means that I have to roll a Constitution saving throw
Yeah.
with a +2 bonus
Okay.
because of the particular class of this character, and beat a 15.
Okay.
So my Constitution versus your Charisma is how that works out in the long
Okay.
run. So to be all honest, the fact of the matter is that they float like a goddamn balloon.
Okay. So I'm gonna lift them like 5 feet up off the ground.
They weigh 250. How many of the kids are you taking with them, and how many do you want to try and shake off with the way you move them?
I'm not gonna try and shake any off. Well, actually,
There are 10 children ranging in age from 5 to 13 hanging off this Minotaur.
yeah.
He is well over your 500-pound limit right now.
Okay, so when I go to lift him, I'm gonna try and shake at least like 5 off.
Okay, so it's going to be a quick jerk up.
Yeah. Fast shake up.
I saw he was
Well,
trying
they
to
want
make
his
that
pockets because of a certain barbarian.
Panties.
Well, it helps if I roll a d20 instead of a d12. 4, 1 drops. 12, another drops. 7, another drops. 13 just makes it. 4 drops.
Why does 13 just make it?
DC on the
You said
fucking
my spell
strength.
DC is 50.
Yeah, but the strength save for
Yeah.
them to hold on to the Minotaur because
Okay, I got you.
yeah,
Yeah, I was just
completely
curious.
different mechanic.
Yeah, I was just curious. I'm like, wait, what?
Oh no, you're asking an honest question, so I'll give you an honest answer. Completely different mechanic. No, you won.
You
This
were on
is just-
6.
Yep. 7 is a 2, so that one falls. 14 makes it, so there are 2 kids who managed to hold on for dear life. That one fails. That one fails. 3 kids managed to hold on for dear life, and I'm on 8, so I got 2 more. Fails. 5. 10 fails. So guess what? The children, they don't have a strength bonus. So it's a flat roll for them.
Alright.
3 children hold on, adding 150 pounds to it. He's still under the weight limit.
Okay.
They're starving street urchins. They're not fucking beefy kids who are fed by nobles.
Right.
So he's still 5 feet off the ground, right?
He's absolutely 5 feet off the ground. His armor class has dropped down to a +1 from the coverage of the children.
Alright. So am I facing him? Am I behind him?
Oh,
Am
you
I-
can see him. You're technically facing him because you need eye contact in order to cast a spell. You asked me if you could see him.
Oh yeah. It just says it within sight.
Yes, so
like-
you would be seeing. Yes, you could see him, and he's definitely in your line of sight now. He's 5 feet above the rest of the room. Well,
You said he's like 25
Definitely
feet away
shit.
from me. I think I might try to dash in and hit him with my longsword.
okay. So, dash in's no problem. You can actually make that movement. It's 20 feet of movement. No problem.
Alright.
I mean, it's a little bit tricky terrain, but you should be okay.
Okay.
Come on, there's like children laying in the street where they just got shook off the beat. That's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
But go ahead and roll to hit. You don't have disadvantage or anything. I will tell you that if you roll a 3 or lower, you're gonna hit one of the 3 kids hanging on it.
Oh hell yeah! Look at that! Look at that! Look at
Okay,
that! Look at that!
Natural 20?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that definitely hits, so please, by all means, roll damage.
And it's critical because it was a nat 20.
Yep.
So you double it.
Yep.
Double it, double it, double it!
In the near future, I'm going to ask for you guys to pick on an optional on that.
So it would be 10 plus 2, so I do 20.
That was 2 is 24.
10 plus 2.
It's 12. Times 2.
Oh yeah, I meant 10 times 2, my bad. 10 times 2. Sorry.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Correct math, I did 20.
You whomp him, and between that little girl and your strike, you guys have standard issue thug. I mean, he might be a minotaur, but he ain't that beefy.
I just want to take his hand off.
Well, you don't manage to take the hand. There's kind of a 9-year-old gnawing it apart.
No, I meant the other hand, the hands. I want to take one of his hands off, and then just proceed to tell him this is what happens when you lay hands on children.
I'm still holding my action, which has changed just slightly.
I won't let you completely take the hand.
Can I at least take off a finger or two? Like a finger?
I'll let you hinge the arm both directions.
Okay, that works.
For those of you who don't understand, that means I'm letting him have the back of the elbow halfway through and take the ball joint, or take the cap off of it.
Nice!
The weenus is gone.
So his arm will literally go for.
And that brings us around to...
Crumb.
Chrome!
Come on, goddammit!
God damn it!
Passing this shit might work. So the arm that doesn't have the child 9 on it,
Is...
about which arm span from one arm to the other are we talking about?
I mean, it's kind of a flimsy elbow right now.
I'm just seeing if I can safely cast it on one side of this thing I'm going to do,
That's a roll to hit because you have to take the chance.
out hitting the child arm on the other
He's
side.
flailing around being cut to ribbons with the freaking kids hanging on him. You think that there's a way to actually, calculate that other than a luck? No.
I mean, a rogue literally just took off his, weenus
Yeah.
with acute precision without injuring one of the 3 children.
Yeah, that's right.
With a long sword. With a long sword, dude.
The children
It's like, shwink.
cast this.
Nicely done, by the way. I am going to count that as a crippling movement.
It's still floating, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he's
Yeah,
still
he's
5
still
feet in the air and very easy to see. The only reason he has a bonus to his armor class because he's considered flat-footed right now is because of the 3 kids hanging off of him.
Oh, that's going to work. That has to be on the ground. Okay.
Stop wondering, you just do.
Cast entanglement in the air.
Nope, he has to be touching the ball.
However, I could. Is there a way to cast Thorn Whip so it wraps around someone's face or eyeballs?
You can cast Thorn Whip at him, and if it hits and doesn't roll a 2, 3, a 1, 2, or a 3, you don't hit a kid.
Yeah.
But I could.
But it would
my
pull
fire
him through.
serpent.
Now, I need you to do me a solid. Go into the player's handbook and read something over levitate and what happens if you apply force to a levitating object or entity.
It didn't say anything.
It just moves in that direction as if on 0G
Yeah.
for full movement regardless.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yes, you can definitely Thorn Whip at it.
But right now he's basically like in a gyro.
Actually, that would count.
Only stationary.
Yep.
So
So he basically just looks like an action figure.
that could work. Okay.
Well,
so,
he's more think Winona Ryder in the original Beetlejuice. He shakes, snoring it.
Yep.
Only difference is 3 kids trying to rip him apart, and a rogue just took out one of his arms and crippled it. He's looking hella rough, by the way. So this could go bad.
I'm not trying to kill him, but one thing he messed with the pretty princess. The other thing he threw a kid. Punishment is necessary.
There's absolutely a budding romance here.
I'm not going to push for it. I'm not going to push against it.
You messed with the pretty princess.
What's the pretty princess? A very large Goliath woman.
Who cries just as easily as any other Southern belle, by the way. She did. She ducked and squealed and ran away because somebody touched her.
So I want to have my fire spirit flat for like head level, as close to eye level as I can.
Okay.
And cast Star Whip through it at its face.
Is it okay? Okay, so we have to talk orientation here. I understand the at face level, and directly in line of sight, in your line of sight. They're at face level in a different direction. You have 360 degrees around this dude that a flying creature can absolutely get to.
So just from my line of sight.
So would it pull towards you or in
Going
what
towards
direction?
itself. So I'm having my fire spirit fly up to its eye level, the Minotaur's eye level, and cast from.
Okay,
itself.
so he's generally roughly kind of like at about a 30-degree angle facing you. So if it flies directly up to his eye level at a direct straight line, it's going to pull it 10 feet towards you on a 15-foot distance. Now, you have the capability of around the rest of the character and pulling them elsewhere, is what I'm saying. This is called making sure that your players understand the full fuckery of the
Physics.
spell. No, this is straight fuckery. There ain't no physics involved. He's gonna go in a direction if he fails his strength save. And he's got a disadvantage because he's floating.
So not towards one side of the alley or whatever, like buildings or shops, but like along.
You gotta try and send him down the street.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll a hit. And after this one, we are gonna take a bio. And then we're gonna get back to your fuckery before he dies. Maybe.
So am I adding my bonus to, or what is my?
D20 plus your spell attack bonus. So the smaller the numbers on page 3.
Should be all the way to the right.
It should be something like your wisdom plus proficiency.
Okay, so 24.
Your 24 for the roll. That definitely hits. So roll for your damage. He has to roll a strength save at a difficulty of what's your spell save difficulty?
What is that again?
That'd be on the same page 3.
It's a spell save DC.
Right in the middle. By that number
Middle.
that you looked at.
Oh, sorry, 16.
Well, that's a great big whopping 6. So, yeah, he goes 10 feet flying down the street. Actually, I'm sorry, he goes 30 feet levitating down the street. He's technically prone, guys, so his strength save is not that great. And we're going to take a bio break
Can I
because...
roll for damage?
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage. Let me know. You all haven't broken his dead
3.
3? So 3 damage, he's got a little bit extra looking, but you managed to miss all the kiddos, obviously. You would actually have to roll a natural 1 to miss all the kiddos. Or to hit a kid. And we're going to take a bio break and get up and moving about ourselves. And we'll be back ASAP, but yeah, it's been a hectic, long weeks, years, so... You know, it's like being a hard day's night. Only without the Beatles. And Weez will be back. Until then, enjoy music from Lo-Fi Geek. please bear with me. I'm old. Seriously, 43 next month.
Dust.
That's only what comes out the balls.
I'm not worried about that.
Well, I promise you that's all that comes out of mine. I made sure that was fixed to be that way.
Right.
Alright.
Anyway, getting back to the insanity, because it sure as fuck ain't reality. So,
Could be.
if we were lucky. But then if this was a reality type thing, that would make me have the worst position in the cosmos. I'd be God. Seriously, I pity them. Anyway, we come around, having left off with a minotaur flinging children down the street, a druid flinging a minotaur down the street, a pissed off Cersei seeing the whole damn thing. And it's actually your turn, Cersei.
I don't need to move any. However, my feelings on the matter have changed just a wee bit.
Alright.
I'm not going to hold up my purse this time. I learned my lesson. I am, however, going to speak up in that nice southern listen to me and say 5 platinum to the one who brings me that scoundrel's horns. 8 if they'll still look good on my mantle. You hit a child in front of a southern one.
Alright, so.
That's close to... Boys, get it.
Oh, it's definitely a boys get 'em. Don't get me wrong. So I need you to do me a real solid one.
Yes.
I need you to roll. Are you going to take your pick? Either, do you have 5 platinum?
I have 8 on me right now.
Okay.
I did not offer more than
So
I could
either
pay.
roll so I need you to roll persuasion
Okay.
at advantage because that's a hell of a purse.
It is, however, like in my close to my body bag. I'd have to reach in and get it. Not my day purse that I can easily hold up and jingle.
Fair.
I grew up in the hills. I know better.
That arm.
Sure you do.
That'd be good.
It's the amount of money you're willing to have pocketed in your day purse.
Yeah. I mean, hey, good.
That is something I'd like to see more of at this table. People don't.
That's a persuasion? It's a persuasion, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, 18.
So, on an 18. Gods are paying attention to some degree. I mean, 5 platinum is 50 gold. 50 gold is enough to feed a family of 15 for 2 months, easy.
Mhm.
And still pay the rent on their homestead for the year. There
I
are
knew what I was
families
offering.
of 10 who don't make that in a year.
I knew what I was
Most
offering.
of them. So,
I'm casting Swarm of Urchins.
oh, you're not casting Swarm of Urchins. You hear whistles, the clattering of armor. You hear people drawing swords. You see guards taking off their on-duty markings and tabards.
I'm gonna get me a shiny pair of horns.
You didn't cast Swarm of Children, you cast Mob Justice.
Basically, yes.
And I'm gonna get reputation for being honest.
There are
because I have the
vendors
money
who
on me.
close their shop stalls and pick up cleaver. There's a butcher that you sus would specifically see drop the blinds on his sausage racks, grab a 15-pound hog cleaver off of the back of his cart and start moving towards the crowd in a very deep voice coming out of a very short dwarf, going, "Get the fuck out me way! Money's mine!" One person argued.
Mom just.
And are half the man they used to be.
Yeah.
It's a 2d12 cleaver plus 5 strength bonus. Minimum 7 damage. And he hit a commoner. The crowd starts spreading away from him. 7 or 8 guards are also pushing people to the side. 3 of them are moving towards you.
Alright,
You are inciting a riot.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
The guards also seem to be, some of them, the ones that are moving towards you are still wearing their tabers,
Yep.
obviously on duty.
Yep.
You know, not
Oh.
everybody can be bought for even that much.
I'm gonna hold my stance. I know I might get in some trouble here, but damn it, I want that man's horn on my mantle. He hit a baby.
Yes, he did. That is your action.
And I'm all.
And this is the rest of the results. That Minotaur looks up, hearing the platinum. Word platinum. Yeah, he sails. Makes his will save, so he's not sitting there going, "I'm broke enough it's worth to take my own horns."
That would have been great.
I honestly would have paid him.
I'm sure.
I would have been like, aye. Horns? Money. Get. He's the one I paid.
You dark fur and reds and dyes and all of that, you would swear he turned light gray. Underneath it, you can see an almost silver color from the blanching and paling from his hair. As he realizes the bounty on his head is more than most people's rent for 2 years. The mob that is now running him out of town seems to be pushing him towards the dockside through the markets. As this has slowly but surely spilled its way in that general direction following rolling coins. Gee, wonder how that happened. You're in a coastal town. Do you guys realize that everything slopes towards the ocean?
See, I never technically got rid of my coins. I just jingled them and ran away from them.
True. Nobody else could follow you. You actually get away scot. Those kids ended up tripped up when other ones got flung. You do manage scot-free to get away. You did manage to disperse some of the chaos. The problem was the chaos that ensued afterwards. Your efforts were not in vain.
Yeah, when
Other people just diffused them. Now, bottom of the barrel, please.
Let's see.
we're back at the top.
Bang.
I thought we had a crumb still.
No,
it
Carl
goes-
went before me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He did the
Oh yeah, he was thorn whip.
thorn
So yep, that goes back up the top to you. So as you see this obvious mayhem, I can't even describe the sheer act of what the fuck that is going on up the street from you now. You notice that the Minotaur is running straight towards you, chased by a very large dwarf with a cleaver that everybody is getting out of the way of after the first person got cut in half. Except for like 6 guards that see him. 2 of them are moving towards the Minotaur from your right and left. What you doing?
just gonna walk away.
No.
Just gonna walk.
Just no, my monkey, not my circus. And the rest of my group. It's like I didn't pay him. I don't have to deal with anything.
Sus, are you near me?
I should be like right by the guy.
Okay.
Yeah, you're actually about, because of the way that he was flung by him, you're actually 30 feet away because he's 30 feet down the street into the market square from being flung via thorn whip.
Okay.
But
I'm just figuring out where you are for my turn.
as far as how close are you to Cersei? About 10 feet away.
Okay.
So we're
That's
trying
all I
to,
needed.
I just want a group consist. I joined the group and was like, are we trying to kill this guy or are we gonna let him get away?
He ain't getting away, honey. I just offered to pay someone's rent for the next 2 years for his horns.
I meant, do you want to save the money and have us do it, or?
I mean, if one of y'all want to go get his horns for me, feel free. I'm gonna sit here and wait for some kind gentleman to bring them to me.
Is he still being chased? Like, how far ahead is he in front of these people?
His horns are the most valuable thing in the city at the moment.
No, but they're ranked in the top 50.
I'll pay a pretty penny to see a man who hits a child done justice.
Alright. So are you going to do anything about this insanity?
So it just says I have to attack with the weapon. So I'm gonna take my hand axe and throw it at him, but I'm also gonna cast Ensnaring Strike to where if he gets hit, he gets tangled up in the vines. That way the people can catch up to him and take him out.
But you're close enough to talk to me?
No, well,
Yeah, it's only 30 feet. He's got a 20-60 range on a thrown
Alright,
weapon.
sorry, I'm just sitting here
Yeah.
picturing.
yeah.
No, you'll totally see the axe fly 30 feet and nail him if he hits. Okay, so
Cool.
go ahead and roll to hit.
And it's gonna. I'm also casting Ensnaring Strike, like I said. So
Okay, if it hits, we'll get there.
Okay.
Because I think I get a strength save.
Don't I get? Isn't it plus my strength?
Actually, for thrown, it's dexterity and
Yes,
proficiency for a ranger. Because you're proficient with a hand axe.
What's called?
Jesus.
25.
Oh, that definitely hits. He's still technically levitating because of sus. Because unless your concentration breaks, he's up there for 10 rounds. Basically prone. He's been failing his saving throws every round by the way. That's why I've been doing it. No, I haven't rolled higher than 10.
Oh,
So-
don't forget to roll his d4.
Oh, yeah. I was 4 rounds behind on that.
No, it's only passed his turn once.
Okay, so that's another 3 damage. That blood is really pouring out of that wound in the arm where that little girl bit him too.
So what? You also get a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw?
Yep.
19. Anybody want to check me?
Yep,
That's
that's good.
gonna pass. My spell save DC is an 11.
Okay, so you do not ensnare him, but you do hit, so roll for damage.
Oh, my hand axe, isn't it a D6?
Should be on your character sheet or in the player's handbook, but I believe it's
Yeah.
a 1d6 plus
Plus my.
dex,
Yeah, it's
But let me
1d6
double
plus
check.
because it's ranged. Dexterity is about accuracy, strength is about blammo. And magic and spell casting ability is about a whole different set of tools.
And
I feel.
yeah, 1d6 slashing. Plus my dex. Plus proficiency.
This is quite satisfying.
Weird combat.
It would be plus my dex plus my proficiency, right? Or would it just be plus dex?
Just plus your dexterity bonus.
6 plus 4 is 10.
So you watch as he chunks this axe, buries deep in the back of this dude's right shoulder. Like, hard. He's still standing. And trying to, like, stuck. Because, well, you know, levitate's real. I mean, if he kicks hard enough, he can technically push off people in the crowd because you lifted him up 5 feet and he's 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
So the shins are going to dangle a little bit. But it's very limited movement. And those 2 guards. Roll lower than you all on initiative. That dwarf, on the other hand, rolled a 22 on his initiative. Who rolled higher than that?
No one.
I think I was right at 22.
Yeah, I was at like 21.
Your dexterity, I guarantee, is higher than that dwarf. He got a
Well,
19
down
plus
the
3.
order.
So,
Cause it was for initiative, right?
right.
You didn't nat 20 your initiative, did you?
No, but my initiative is also a +6.
Okay.
So I think I got like a 17 or 18 plus 6. I had a 23 or 24.
Okay, so we'll go you, then we will interject dwarf, which means Dwarfenheimer. As you all are watching this, and as you chuck your axe, you watch as the dwarf gets to him.
Dwarfenheimer. I'm writing that down. Dwarfenheimer.
Dwarfenheimer.
And you hear him, "Your hunts, they are mine!" And he jumps like a good 6 feet in the air and swings that hard-ass cleaver and misses with a natural 1.
Oh no!
Oh God. Decapitated children.
You had to put the idea in his head.
I couldn't help it. It's
There,
that
but
one.
yes.
You had to
It's a
give him
natural
that idea.
1,
It's a
and
that one.
it works for you, it works for them. 2d12
That's mine!
plus 5.
Wait up, they stay on the table.
7, 22 damage from the cleaver. You hear a blood-curdling yip. It's not even a full scream. As the 9-year-old little girl that was hanging from his arm is cleaved in half, and one of his horns is a quarter of its length shorter.
Oh, looks like I'm saving 3 of my platinum.
And for his second attack, he's in a blind rage, by the way.
The Minotaur or
It-
the dwarf?
The dwarf is pissed off, and
Okay.
it's a rage on the second one because he missed and hit a kid. He's not happy about it. He cut that little girl in half. So he gets his advantage, which actually does hit. But he's a butcher, so he's only aiming for one thing. 12 plus 5 is 17. You watch as the second one. You know how the horns on most bovine creatures have that roll right above the cranial can?
Yeah.
His cleaver splits that roll, that brow ridge where the horns attach, from the cranium.
Nicely done.
You watch as the Minotaur's eyes roll back. He crumples. This dwarf walks over, grabs the piece of horn, grabs the rest of the set, goes back to his stall,
Oh boy, he's getting that extra 3 platinum.
takes a piece of metal rod this long, taps it into one end of the horn with a hammer, puts a conical pad on the other end, and whomps it until it's together, and then turns it so it looks right. There is a crease line around where the horn was broken in a very jagged pattern,
Mm-hmm.
but it'll hold.
It'll look nice. That's all I said. It has to look nice.
It looks
on my
like she
table.
says, "Baby."
I reach into my bag and I pull out all 8 platinum and hold them out. Here you are, sir.
Take it.
Oh, pay
I'm gonna go get drunk. Walks right back to the tavern where you just
Hey,
came
man.
from. A guard stops him. He looks at the guard. Not right now. Hands him 2 platinum pieces and walks off. The guard just goes, puts it in his pocket like nothing happened. 3 guards stop in front of you, sir.
I'm not going to be in any way aggressive towards them. I know I've pissed them off. I'm going to be compliant and very much like a southern mother with the police.
Now, excuse me, miss. We roughly appreciate it if you and your compatriots We need statements from you.
I'd be happy to comply, ma'am. Ma'am? Sir? I'm guessing.
We're all sir, regardless of what we're born with.
I can swing with that.
Better. You can swing for the news.
I'm being as polite as I can with them.
So, I'm gonna need all of you to come downtown with me. We need to go and make a couple of statements to the guard captain about what happened here today.
Yes. Also, for your trouble, and this is not in any way asking you to be nice to me, I'd like to hand you some gold for lunch. I know you're gonna be working an awful lot today, and it's my fault.
Just looks at
Look
you,
that way.
pushes the hand with your money away.
Alright. I won't try again. It was just a legitimate, like, I know I'm putting you through a whole bunch of extra work today, and I'd like to buy your lunch. She genuinely does not want to bribe him.
My wife would be offended.
Well, then I guess I won't be handing you no money.
Now, which one of you runs this rabble?
Me.
And where do you think you're going, miss?
Snack time.
You watch as Sus walks over, grabs some fucking fruit, grabs some kind of a snack from a vendor,
Drop coin to the vendor.
comes back, and looks at the guards. So, you're in charge of this.
Yes.
What started this mess?
Let me rewind back a little bit. Well, this one time.
Hey, Cam.
I'm upset about latching my horns onto my shoulders, so I'm listening with rapt attention.
You're staining your calf with a blood minotaur red.
I mean, if I was trying to lie, I could give this whole crazy story.
You can definitely try, and you're welcome to go for the deception on it.
But the problem is, I would go with the story of like this one time at band camp, I wrestled an anaconda for like 6 hours, and then I realized I was masturbating. but like, we're not.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage. Now, seriously, roll persuasion at a disadvantage because your character is female. Obviously female. You made her hot, even. So if you were wrestling your anaconda and realized you were masturbating and he buys it, you get disadvantage on that one because it's not a very believable story.
You've got my entire attention.
Oh, hell yeah.
By the way, go
Even
ahead
with
and roll insight.
disadvantage, I have a 22.
That accurate?
The lowest is
18.
what's your bonus?
My lowest is 12. My bonus is proficient, so it's 10.
Okay.
18.
Okay, so yeah, guess what? You totally believe it.
Stars in my eyes.
The guards just kind of, well, I'll give them their insight check. 9.
Yeah.
They just kind of.
Ooh.
They look you up and down. Then one of the female guards walks up. One of the, so a female guard, well, you think they're female, they're dragonborn. They seem to have more of a feminine form to them. Walks up. So, I'm getting ready to lay some eggs.
Well, had this been in times of the wars, I would have taken you up on that offer, but currently, there's only one person in my eyes.
Aw, that's too bad. I guess I'll have to go find one of those lesser males. You would have made some very fine children.
So she's just sitting there with this like little hand up, trying very hard not to be super noticeable.
Uh-huh.
At the risk of breaking my own heart, I wouldn't happen to be that one person, would I?
I don't know yet.
I'll take it. That's not a no.
Yeah, you also didn't just get propositioned to be a parent with, you also just propositioned them to be a parent within 3 minutes of knowing them.
No.
Couple other, you hear whispers from some of the other guards that, the hell does he keep it? They are now convinced that not only were you born male and see yourself that way, that you just happen to be a really hot male with tatas. Sus.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
That's sus.
That's
If you had rolled so high, this would not have gone this way. By the way, anybody else who wants to try and... You all, as party members, have the option of just knowing that Sus is not wrestling that anaconda and that was pure bullshit. Cersei chose to see whether or not they believed it. You already know.
Body hook, line, and sinker.
Your choice as a player as to whether or not you want to go, which direction you want to go with it. I'm leaving it on the table for the next 10 seconds.
I'll roll.
Okay, go for it. It's an insight versus that 22 persuasion.
Uh-huh. My God.
Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, like a 7. It's better than the last one.
Right, it's like peanut butter.
10.
Plus insight.
Plus your insight.
No, that's with insight.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
And I rolled a 6.
So, you're right there with the rest of the male guards going, where the hell does he stick it?
Where
I
does it
don't
hit?
care.
Right?
It's better
Yeah,
not
but
to-
you're like,
I'm confused, but like
So
there must be
look
some
at
hokey
size.
magic. I don't. I mean, whatever.
I'm
Do
gonna
you?
walk
Do
up to
you?
like, you actually got them commit. Well, everybody me, because I know you're full of shit.
So do you now know that I'm full of shit?
Yes, I do.
Are you positive?
Very much so.
I'm gonna persuade.
okay, let's hear let's hear the persuasion as to how you're not full of shit. You gotta persuade him before I can give you advantage, just advantage or flat on it, so.
Why did you think I wanted the warrant? It's not for the powder.
No, whatever. Full of shit, bro.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Then why are you calling me bro if you're so sure?
I call everybody bro.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll let that one go at a flat roll.
Alright. Flat roll with no persuasion?
No advantage or disadvantage, you still get your persuasion bonus. But it's 1 die versus 2 in a good or bad way.
Oh, motherfucker. I got 12.
So I have to roll higher than that.
On your insight,
On
yeah.
the insight.
I rolled a 12.
Total?
Yeah, total.
18 plus 3.
Yep.
Then buy it.
Yep.
Done by.
Calls your bullshit and you're like, yeah, that was weak.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but convinced everybody else.
Because I'm magical. Magic is delicious in this world. Haven't you noticed?
Totally tracks.
How you actually did that, I don't know, but that was great.
So, as the crowd starts to disperse, you notice there's no trace of coin anywhere. Or the Minotaur.
Okay.
Like, there's not even a trail of blood.
Alright.
And it turns out that the little girl the dwarf hit, she's rough. Like, really rough. But you can hear her coughing laying in the pavement.
He spit her in twain! I couldn't resist.
Almost, yeah. And like people are starting to move around her. She's wearing rags. Obviously poor, possibly an orphan.
No, she's got a gap an anaconda would fit in. It's so fucked up.
She got a gap that cedar would fit in.
Right?
Oof.
Whole log, redwood and all.
Gonna have to change her name to the Gap.
Nah, more like the Void. She's pretty much like nearly headless neck at the torso.
I don't have any greater potions, so I can't really do anything.
Hey, damn it.
Yeah, I'm looking.
The guards are still here waiting for
She's
a
at
statement, right?
-5 hit points is the problem. She's not technically dead.
The guards are still here waiting for a statement, right?
The guards are waiting to take you all, and
They're all convinced that I have a penis.
Sir,
and some of them are feeling very inadequate.
Right?
if you wouldn't mind, I'll give you what happened.
Why? Yes, that'd be fine, but there's some things that we need to have dealt with.
Any
Why
one
not?
of you do. I just need someone to sit down and I can tell my story.
All right, let's hear it.
My good employer here threw some coin out into the street just to see what would happen, see how many youngins we were dealing with trying to pick our pockets. We found quite a few. So I figured I'd draw my purse out, and my little day purse out, and pay the rest of them off to settle the little brawl that was starting. Well, when I pulled out my purse, that big minotaur grabbed me by my hand, and I didn't even know he was behind me. And I was so startled. I was so startled. So I threw a couple kids at him, and when that man just tried to steal your paychecks, he hit one of them, knocked him cold unconscious, and I'm sorry, but I'm from the third ring of hell. I've seen some shit, and I just don't tolerate the way he was treating them little babies. So I said, I've got 5 platinum for the man who brings me that scoundrel's horns, 8 if they'll still look good on my mantelpiece. And they went and got them for me, and I paid the man in good faith.
You can definitely roll persuasion with advantage. You see why? Because
Oh my god, all I could think of was at the beginning of the story. And this one time.
That is,
and the worst of it is all that just happened.
Yep.
is 22. I was entirely honest. I told no lies.
Yeah, that's why you got an advantage. Because not only you're persuading him that you weren't technically in the wrong, that's where you got advantage versus the flat roll. Is you painted yourself in a way that wasn't in the wrong. He looks at you, well, you ought not have thrown the kids. I mean, they're children. What's wrong with you?
Well, he was climbing me. I tried to throw him out of the way. Just to because I was running. He startled me. I was
Oh.
trying to throw him out of the way, but I pointed them in his general direction because he tried to steal from them. I was going to give them my coin. He tried to steal the coin I was going to give them. He's stealing from babies.
Oh, everybody's got to do something to survive. I mean,
If he'd asked, I'd have bought him lunch, but instead he had to try to steal from me.
shrugs. Well, you know, some people's mothers don't raise them right.
Well, now I've got his horns, and they'll look nice on my mantle, now won't they?
Yeah. By the way, where did he go to?
He went to take care of it. The Minotaur, I ain't got a clue, but Dwarfenheimer over there dealt with his own thing. I think he went to get drunk. But these are gonna look mighty nice on my mantle.
You gotta do a good job repairing them after he fucked them up.
I paid him exactly what I said I would. They'll look nice on the mantle, so he got his full aid. I paid him in good faith.
You also just gave him enough money that he won't have to pay for his drinks again for another 2 years.
Well, what he does with it, I don't care. I offered a bounty. I was brought what I asked for. I paid it.
And did you go through the proper channels to commission said bounty?
I did not, and if you need to find me, I'll pay it.
No, there is a fine involved. And a black mark against your company. 5 black marks against your company's business without redemption, And your business licenses are revoked, as are all of your contractor's licenses.
I'm gonna persuade him to take me to the captain so I can speak with the captain privately by myself.
All right, let's hear your talk. I want to hear it. You're the business, you are the owner and commissioner. Anybody else is welcome to chip in. This is kind of free form. You don't have-
Meanwhile, I'm gonna go over to the kid and cast this.
So we're third level.
I am loving
How
Southern
many
Cersei.
D4s?
This is so
Yeah, third level
perfect.
then. I'm kind of
Your
confused.
cat, you have a third level spell slot?
No, we use second level for.
When you cast a spell using a spell slot second level or higher, that means you'll end up with 2d4.
2D.
So I'm gonna go cast Healing Word on the girl that was hit with the cleaver.
Okay.
Nice.
She's definitely not capable of resisting. So,
So I'm going to basically tell him that, since I am the captain and the leader of the group, that I want to speak with their captain in private about what just happened and what actions should be taken and need to be taken.
well, you could get yourself to the guard. We can go to the guard station and you can talk to the captain there. Right about now, though, he's probably out on patrol. He'll be back there in about an hour. You can come in with us and wait if you'd like to come peaceably. Or we can escort you in a more traditional manner.
I don't have much of a problem going with these fine gentlemen, do you?
No, I just
Peacefully
gotta
works.
heal this person. So, okay, so 2d4.
We don't.
He looks over one of his subordinates, seeing what you're doing. He goes, bring him along when he's done. Are you going to try and go with them, or are you going to keep
goddamn.
fading into the crowd?
Hello, we don't think we've done anything wrong, therefore we're just like, yeah, we'll go along.
I want to see if I can roll stealth and see if they just forget about me and I kind of disappear into the crowd.
Okay, go for it.
So I rolled a 3.
So you
That's
have,
all.
are you supposed
Plus
to roll
your spell.
D4s? Or you
Yeah, but it also goes plus his spell
those
attack
aren't
bonus.
4s, those are...
Sixes.
Oh, 6 that one. Okay.
Pyramids.
Do you need 2d4?
I do need a second d4.
Here you
Or you can
go.
roll the same one twice.
There you go. You can hang on to
Caltrops.
that one for a moment. I'm
Caltrops.
gonna get stuck in
Well,
that
and roll
accent.
his d4 before I do the
Plus
stealth.
6, so 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that
She
brings...
is, you watched as it, there's definitely going to be a scar from this,
Oh, yeah.
obviously. But you watch as the body fuses itself together, you hear things knitting at the speed where it does. Turns out that Old Man Crom's a pretty good healer, from what you all have noticed. And she sputters up some blood after a few minutes and manages to get herself somewhat looking alive and goes, oh, it still hurts, but I'll live. And then she passes out.
She's in for a long rest.
I'm sorry. I dipped. I got a 19 plus 4, 23 for my stealth roll.
Oh yeah, them guards is dense.
I kind of dipped.
Yeah, you
I
have
mean,
no
technically
clue.
we could be walking and I could dip.
Alright.
Yeah, but they have advantage, and you have a higher DC because they are actively trying to keep eyes on you from 6 different directions.
Well, that's good. They should.
And I'm over here like, I didn't do nothing
Right?
wrong.
Even though I buried an axe into the Minotaur's shoulder, I just kind of dipped out. They're like, well, we don't have to worry about that guy.
Well, the whole
The
reason why they're
Minotaur's
keeping-
disappeared. You don't have the axe anymore, by the way.
So the whole
Yeah, I know.
reason, so the whole reason why they're keeping an eye on me is because I have them all convinced that I was playing with an anaconda or wrestling an anaconda,
It's your
and then
anaconda
realized
got
that
one
I
now.
realized that I was masturbating. That's why they're all paying attention.
They believed that.
We bought it.
They believe that I am an extremely sexy chick with a dick, or extremely sexy chick with a dick.
That's one. That's
They're
one.
not sure about your gender anymore. They know that there's body tricks to make it so the shape will look like that.
Right?
And there's magic, but they're like, at the same time, they're following you because you directly asked to talk to the captain. Normally, they just take bribes and call it good.
Right. Fine, sirs. Fine, sirs. On our walk down to wherever we're walking to, we're going somewhere. I know that much. Do
Okay.
you mind if we stop and pick up some food? Because I'm kind of peckish.
Tell you what, you can wait till you're done eating, or until you're done meeting with the captain, and either A, we'll feed yous, or B, you can go grab yourself a meal.
Alright, I was just asking to stop because I'm kind of peckish. I'm a little stressed. Do you know how scared I was when that man who was bigger than me grabbed hold of me?
This guy looks at you.
I am all pink and all sweat.
Yes, but you're also a Goliath carrying a very large table leg with a nail through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing my best to make myself look dainty at the moment.
Just fucking imagine doing it.
I mean, I can picture it too. And, no. You can go ahead and roll persuasion with disadvantage. There's a disadvantage on this persuasion roll for, well,
Could it be flat because I was actually frightened?
no, that got you through the first one.
John, all I
Alright.
can see is one of the characters that you have on Smite.
That's a natural one.
Outfit, and all I see is him being like,
You see that too, Rhea? It's a natural one. He don't buy it for a bit. Do you know how frightened I was? I was actually frightened.
He looks up at you and goes, ma'am, with all due respect, your neck is twice as big around as my calf. And you could have squished that poor little minotaur with your fist.
Well, I never.
You should try it, it's fun.
Well, I never. Just cause no, you shut up. Just cause I am built like a brick house does not mean that I don't occasionally lose my senses and forget how well built I am.
As I was saying, I've heard a lot of shit in my years on the force. All 207 of them.
can I intimidate
Well
this guy
done,
to
thank you for your
apologize?
service, sir.
I have seen a lot of ass kissing
I'm
in the
not
200
asking, I'm
years
just talking.
of my service to this city.
Can I intimidate him to apologize? I'm just gonna kind of like
Son,
look at
you
him,
don't
like, give him like
believe
a
that I was
glare.
frightened.
I'm absolutely going to start
Looks
crying.
up at you. Your name is Sus?
I'm going to start crying.
What's it short for?
Do you really want to know?
Sounds like suspicious.
Well, how much are you willing to pay to find out?
You watch, here as he reaches up, you watch him reach up, grab a whistle, blow, and you hear metal coming from just about every direction.
Sus, darling, we don't need no more drama, please. I'm already shook
I
up.
still want to intimidate him to put down the whistle and apologize.
Go ahead. How are you? What are you doing to be intimidating in this moment?
I'm just gonna kind of like look and give him kind of like an angry, like female scorned glare, like that scorned glare where you know you done fucked up kind of glare.
All right.
Am I rolling advantage or disadvantage?
Flat. You get your bonuses for intimidation, obviously.
All right,
1, 2, 3.
22.
18 with bonuses, so. I'm sorry.
I'll accept it. You're working hard. I know it's been a long day. I was just trying to be polite. You don't deserve none of what I can serve when I'm mad. You're just a job doer.
He just shakes his head and keeps walking. Let's go see what the captain has to
I'm
say.
gonna take and hand Cersei one of my rations. Here you go. Here's a snack.
Just like standard hardtack or what?
It's a combination of like jerky with cheese and a little bit of bread.
Big wet tears. I have turned on the drama. Fully fully crying, sweating red in the face, some purple in the face now.
Light lavender color.
Right.
And I'd like to say no one can quite tell if I'm bluffing or if I'm actually crying at this point.
Oh, roll performance.
There we are. I'd like to say no one can quite tell. Like, it's kind of showing, but not really.
Trying to show your
I think
alligator
I'll hold
tears.
both. There we go. Alright. No, it's obvious. It's obvious I'm really crying. It was a 5.
Your performance is absolute garbage.
Yeah, I'm really crying. I'm trying to play it up like maybe I'm bluffing. But like, I'm stressed.
You just got shushed by a cop.
I'm stressed.
All right. So.
What are you doing?
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's getting better. You're about an 8 now.
Yeah, been about an 8.
Give it an 8.3 on that one. I can almost smell it from here.
Right. Kind of a lengthy tone. I
Oh,
guess.
What did you miss? Well,
What was the last thing you heard?
Cersei is really crying because that was a terrible performance.
I was
Those are
trying to
real
perform
tears.
like I might be putting on the
Yeah.
the drama a little bit, but I'm actually really crying, and everybody can tell.
I got the captain to put away his whistle and apologize. And then, or not the captain, but the soldier to put away his whistle and apologize. And then I handed Cersei one of my rations, which was like turkey, cheese, and some bread.
So I'm snacking and crying.
Now that we're done with all of the blubbering, shall we?
The blubbering mayhem. Like,
Yes. Now, shall we go talk to the captain so that I can get on with my bloody day?
sure.
After about 10 minutes of winding through the streets, and yes, you would easily be able to catch up with them, there's a blubbering Cersei snacking and dragging ass the whole way, giving you more than enough fucking space to do so.
I'm gonna stay hidden, but kind of follow behind at a decent distance so I can keep an eye on the team, and if they need any help, I'm close by.
Okay, so the only problem that you're going to run into is that the closer you get to the guard post's headquarters inside the city,
Yeah.
the less the pedestrian traffic for you to hide in. Mainly because nobody likes just walking around the cop shop all day.
Right.
So how close can I get without being seen?
About 3 blocks before you're going to have to find something other than crowd blending to work for you.
Probably the old fashioned thing. Depending on how good his stats are.
Yeah, no. Depends on what my acrobatics is.
Or athletics, depending on how you want to swing it. Are you going to brute force it or finesse it?
They're both the same. They're both a +4.
Oh, you know it's contagious, and I wanted everybody to catch the disease.
Right.
So both my athletics and acrobatics are the same.
That's a pick. Take your pick. You want to finesse it or brute force it?
Let's try to finesse it because then I stay stealthier.
Yeah, acrobatics with that one.
Make a little less noise if you're acrobatic.
So what you doing?
I am trying to climb the buildings to get up on the roof and get as close to the.
Okay,
station
so
without being seen.
your acrobatics will get you up. So what was your roll there?
18.
Yeah, you get up the building, no problem whatsoever. I mean, standard buildings are 15.
Yeah.
And go ahead and roll stealth for me. Now that you're up top.
No.
15.
So you're pretty sure that you managed to keep yourself at least decently hidden.
So, would that be like passive perception, noticing? Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna notice you.
You'd
No,
notice
no,
anyway
it's-
because you're party members. That way you didn't accidentally get shot.
Yeah. But I'd notice anyway.
Well, no, not unless your passive perception's above my stealth, which is 15.
Mine's a 16.
Lucky
So I'm gonna
bitch.
notice you.
Yeah.
Lucky son bitch. Mine's only an 11, so I wouldn't have noticed me.
Yeah, I noticed you.
I wouldn't have noticed me.
I wouldn't have noticed me either.
I have a habit of throwing daggers and weird noises, so if I hear a weird clanking on top of a roof, I'm gonna glare automatically and be like, who's there?
What clinking? I have studied their armor, so they wouldn't be.
Alright, well, obviously.
Drain pipes clank.
Obviously, your stealth was not high enough, so you made some kind of noise that caught my attention.
The thing is that the passive perception on a guard is not high enough to catch that. And they did not see you go up the side of the building.
Sweet.
So you do have your stealth point to a degree. Grom, about this time, you do walk up on this and you notice there are Cersei and Sus. Fang is missing. And they're it's a relatively large gated building, looks like a barracks
Okay.
type deal, medieval status and all that. Heavy wrought iron drop gate with pointed ends on it, so yeah, if that drops on you, it's gonna suck balls. No drawbridge, obviously, it's in the middle of the town. And this is the building that you come up to. Well, come on then. Open up, and somebody actually has to hoist this up. Now, the bars are only about this far apart with spear points on the bottoms.
Okay.
So they're actually designed so you can't walk through them or slip through.
Yeah.
And you can hear the ding, 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 ding as it goes up. They raise it about 6 inches above Cersei's head.
So by the ding 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 that I'm hearing, does that mean it's chain or it's rope driven?
Chain driven.
Okay.
Chain gear, like,
Metal Gear or wood gear?
you can't tell because of the echoes off the step.
Okay.
Muffling, dampening, and the particular angles. You can hear the chain rattling, but the sharp metal clanking
Yeah.
is making it hard. Not to mention the gate itself is metal, and it seems that it goes up rungs as it lifts, so that if
Okay.
it started to drop unintentionally, it would stop
Catch.
after a
I
certain
got
point.
you. Yeah, just you know, the mechanics is the details.
Oh yeah. Now, Cersei, as you're walking by, as you're looking up slightly, eating, and just kind of, because this is some kind of a prison. The spearheads that are about this far off the top of your head are this long on the bottom of this. And when you look down at your feet, you see perfect square holes about yay big at those intervals for each of those spearheads. So what you're looking at is something that's a long point this long, square this big, made out of solid metal, made into a grid work and turned into a grate.
Yeah.
You're not sure what kind of metal, but it sounds really heavy from the pulley system.
Well, I guess it's a good thing we ain't here to make trouble. Why they always gotta be so aggressive about everything? I just didn't like that he hit that baby.
Well, if you're laughing this hard, you know you're having fun. Just saying.
Almost 8 feet tall, crying like a little girl.
So, as this is going on, where are you in this whole endeavor now that you've caught up? As they're just clearing the gates of the guards barracks and prison.
Do I perceive rogue?
What's your perception?
Is that the
What's your passive
Oh, your
perception?
passive perception is a 16, so yeah, you perceive.
You totally saw him go up the building. You know where he's at. He's a ranger too, so.
Mine's as well. I didn't see shit. I'm too busy crying.
Yeah, your tears got in your eyes.
I know we got somebody on the outside.
Should be
You
jumping.
gotta be throwing shit for, man.
I took my phone.
Oh,
So I'm gonna follow Cersei and Sus inside with the guards.
Hmm.
Can I do a how? Try to see if I can get a gauge on like the guards or the police's intentions.
You want to try and get a read on their intentions and shit? What are you trying to get like, what are you using as a premise behind this? Because they're being pretty quiet. By the time you step through those gates, though, you all hear it drop. And it shakes the ground under you when that gate drops. Makes you all jump a little bit. And if you were already a fright, you might have pooed a bit.
Oh no, you get a little more than food a little bit. I do have a slight stank to me. Oh Lord, why they gotta be so crass?
My only thought is how is Cersei, this non-intelligent creature, coming up with these long, big vocabulary words?
You ever been to Georgia? Case in point.
I don't understand them. I've been taught to use them.
Right.
Insight. This would be an insight check.
Yeah, that'd be about an insight.
I don't have to know what they mean to know that they are there.
Just by the way they're carrying
vocabulary.
themselves and their demeanor and shit.
Yeah, like body language, etc.
Go ahead and roll. I got a DC on that one. 'Cause, yeah.
So it's a d20 and then I'm rolling. What am I exactly?
Add your insight bonus to it. Total? So as far as you can tell, they're just taking you to the captain. To be perfectly honest, they figured the captain will figure out what you're doing is what you're guessing. Or what to do with you, because they keep looking at Cersei and just going as they're walking. You see they see the table leg and they can see the obvious pieces of gore hanging off the nail from recent events. And they just go, they saw some of your damage and they know what you did at the docks and they're just like,
Never mind the gnome incident. I'm sure someone will know incident.
then they look over at you and go, how do you deal with this?
On a daily.
But how?
He's actually nice
Do
to
you
me.
own a ballista?
I served in the military for several years.
What did you serve in the military? They look you up and down, gauge you based on how you carry yourself, and go, so what did you serve in the military? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, or hors d'oeuvres?
Food. Why do there have to be specifics? Do I look like a specific individual to where I have to be specific?
Well, you are a company head, so one would hope.
Now don't you talk to my friend that way.
You hear the pop of a scabbard.
The
He's being
specifics
nice.
I will give to your captain and only your captain.
Well, good. We'll get you to him momentarily.
It's clear I ain't gonna hurt nobody, but don't talk to my friend that way. He's nicer than a lot of you. I'm rolling with the fact that we totally believe you have a dick, by the way.
I figured, I was like, wait, what?
Okay, and you totally see that wait, what expression because they've forgotten about that line already.
And a whole lot more channel, too.
Well, you'd have to ask my wife about that.
I want to ask your wife. I got one of my own. I'm leaning into, like, we are a thing, whether or not we are, because you
Guard
did not
looks
tell me
over and
no.
goes, I'm sorry.
You did not say no to me.
That.
What that?
Don't worry about it. Anyway,
I love you, sus.
we're here. You get to the, now they drop you off at a very big, black oak door.
Yep.
Metal barring. They open it. They escort you all inside. There's a very large desk, very nicely tooled, broad picture window behind it, some books lining shelves. It looks like a world map off to the side, like a map flat with pins sticking out of it. Seems to be some other scrolls piled in places, and on the corner of the desk you notice several different bottles of wine with the corks obviously popped and just left to breathe. Back in the top, and at the canter some strange colored liquid. When I say strange color, I mean you thought it was pink and then you looked again and it was red, then you looked again and it was purple. Then you looked again and it was yellow.
I'm just gonna sit quieting my sensitivities in the corner while eating.
Behind the desk, or at this desk, sits a not very, not what you would expect for a guards captain. He's not big, he's not burly, he's rather slight in appearance. His feet are propped up, ankles crossed on his desk. He's picking at his teeth with a long, thin stiletto dagger. Not really wearing any armor. So, why are you at my office?
I'm gonna be like Cersei.
I'm eating and quieting myself.
I'm gonna shake and explain to him that like the reason why we're in the office is because of the incident that happened with the Minotaur in town. Explain to him in the details what happened with the Minotaur, how everything happened and played out.
Any embellishments you're going to add?
No, I don't see a reason to add any embellishments.
Just gonna go straight with the solid truth on it?
Yeah, straight with
Okay.
the solid truth on it. And be like, look, I apologize for what happened. Is there any way that I can pay for damages or any type of issues? I'm gonna throw in there, take it from one soldier to another. Because my original rank was a lieutenant, from a lieutenant to a captain.
Well, I can honestly say that what rank you held elsewhere isn't the rank you would have, or isn't rank here.
I'm aware.
It won't carry any sway with me.
I'm aware. I'm not asking you to.
Now, as to this whole mess, looks over in the corner. She paid him for the Minotaur's horn.
Yes. She paid what she told him she would pay.
Did she have a license to post bounties?
Technically through my company?
Does your company have has your company paid for a license to post bounties? Anyone can collect on them, but
Yes.
really, I'd like to see your papers, please.
I'm going to present the paperwork.
Okay, well, obviously that paperwork from me as a DM out of character knows is very forged.
Exactly. But I'm going to be like,
When did you forge it?
I'm going to be like, here's the paperwork.
Okay, I need you to roll deception on a flat roll.
Without adding flat roll with my deception.
Yep. Because this is how good you forged this shit.
Oh my.
12.
With your bonuses?
Yeah, I've only got a +3 in deception.
I rolled a 12 on his insight. It's only got a +1, so I just beat you.
Yeah.
Can I do the help action by crying a bit loudly?
You really want to do that?
Just a little. Just that soft, like, collecting myself a little louder, just to collect a little bit of their attention. Not super dramatic, just that.
Just enough to kind of like throw them off so they don't recognize the.
Okay, you've been blubbering since you walked in the door,
Yep.
so I'm going to say no. Because you've been blubbering since you walked in his door, so he's kind of just tuned you out and is paying attention to your boss.
So on top of the paperwork, I'm gonna take and put like
Oh no.
30 platinum.
I'm gonna get mad now.
Actually, he takes the paperwork when he looks at it,
Okay.
and he goes, you know, these are pretty good. But, hey,
Okay.
so, it's a finable offense if you're not paying or don't have a license to post bounties like this.
Okay.
I get why your friend posted the bounty. So we'll waive your processing fee, as it
Alright,
were.
well, how about this? What would it cost to make things square? Would it be jobs? Would it
Oh, money works just fine. I give it to the governor and they shut their mouth.
be. Well, how much would it take to make this go away?
Well, you're fine. I'm getting there. Normally it's a 20 gold fine, but I'll waive your 5 gold processing fee, and I'll drop it down another 5 gold based on extenuating circumstances. I mean, between the guards' reports and the mess you brought in with you. 10 gold, under one condition. You pay an additional 25 gold to make sure that you have all of your proper permits to both do business, sell, collect bounties, and post bounties within this province proper.
Okay.
That
How
way
would-
I never have to see any last one of your pink poof ball shenanigan laden, wing nutted, oh my god, what the hell happened antics in my office again. And his voice drops like 7 tones, and you're pretty sure the room got about 20 degrees warmer.
Why doesn't he like me?
And you notice that his eyes flash weird.
They'll go away.
I'm writing down all permits and licensing.
Sus, honey, I'm gonna cover at least my share of that. I made a mistake. Alright? Pull out 15 gold and set it on the table.
I'm gonna hand him 10 platinum and be like, I appreciate this. By the way, there's a rumor running through your name that I'm not all female. And I'm just gonna turn around and start walking towards the door.
Looks at you and goes, well, they're dumb. Goes, and the next thing you hear is him calling for a page and a
Okay.
scribe.
Okay.
So, and as you all would be walking out, you could hear a muttering of, so we need to rethink our recruitment standards. Because you all have hired a bunch of morons. And morons echoes through the barracks loud enough that as they are raising that heavy, loud metal gate in front of you as you're leaving, you can hear it echo. He is screaming it
So it just gets away.
and didn't give you any change.
I'm not worried about change.
Oh, I figured as much.
Like, I just look at it as we got our paperwork taken care of, so you don't have to worry about much shit.
You don't have to worry about illegally doing business anymore unless it's actually illegal business.
Yes, which actually expands the company as well as what the company can do. I'm content with that.
Gotta love the fact that I paid the bounty fair and square was probably the deal maker. Because that would have gone so sideways had I not paid my bounty.
But
Oh no, it wouldn't have. Sus was gonna pay your bounty regardless.
right,
Oh good.
I'll be back. I got some tinkle.
Unfortunately, I am running out of insanity because I don't have 2 extra people tonight.
That makes sense.
And it is.
It is
7:15.
7:15. We've been at it for about 3 hours. Go pee.
Alright, cool.
I'm gonna wrap things up while you're doing that.
Go doing a pee-pee dance.
Cause like we love you guys, but I only have so many brain cells as a DM,
Right?
and half of them are running on half of their cylinders right now. It's been a really long 2 weeks here,
Last week.
for real. So, all things considered, we will see you next week. Please remember, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Don't be complete idiots about life. And other than that, thank you for joining us. Please mash that like, share, and subscribe. It really does help our crazy self in the long run. And have a wonderful rest of your week.
This was an epic game.
And in the
My
words
brain
of
started playing mind tricks on me.
and in the words of that man, peace, love, and chicken grease.
Love.